Hey guys, Bob from Scareware here. Today I'm going to show you how to take this silicone mold and turn it into this, a resin bust. So stay tuned, lots to show you. So you finished your sculpture, you're all happy, and now you're like, what do I do with it? You have so many different options. You can mold it out of plaster, you can mold it out of silicone, you can mold it out of fiberglass, you can mold it out of so many different things. But what we're going to do is we took our sculpture already and we have silicone mold. So, silicone mold. Alright, so silicone mold, and then we have a plastic paste shell on here. Plastic paste is a material by Smooth On, and it is a lot lighter weight to use this than to say use plaster on top of your silicone, because you have your silicone, it's a flexible rubber, and then you have to have something to, hold that rubber and keep it shaped. So that's what we're going to do today. We have other molds in the shop that are 50, 60 pounds, and when you're rotating a mold that's 50 or 60 pounds, you are going to get tired. So, let's do this. Okay, here we are with the resins we're going to use today. We have 325 Smooth Cast by Smooth On. It is a translucent resin that we use. This is part A, which is the yellow, part B, which is the blue. You mix them together, 1 to 1, you mix it up. You get 2.5 minutes working time, 3 minutes, depending on your temperature. If it's cold out, it's going to take a while, so you're going to get tired. So try to warm up your shop or wherever you're working. Try to keep it warmer, try to keep the chemicals warmer. It'll make life a heck of a lot easier. So that's what we're going to be using today, 325. You can buy it in gallons, 5 gallons, pints, 55-gallon drums. All depends on your budget. Also, I recommend trying different resins before you actually buy it in bigger volumes. Try the pint kits, the trial size kits, before you go spending the money, because it's a lot of money to spend, and if you get a product that you're not happy with, well, you're up Craps Creek. So here we are, we have our part A, our part B. Our part B is pre-mixed with the color that we use. I'm not going to show you the color that we use here. We have a special colors that we use for our pieces, so I'm not going to show you that. But you can use a product so strong, and it comes in all different colors. You can mix that into your resin, make whatever color you want. You want red, you want green, you want purple, you want to mix colors, you can do anything you want. So, that's unlimited on what you want to do there. You want to put sparkly powders in there, you can do all different kinds of stuff, all fun stuff. But the main thing you need to do is use vinyl, latex, whatever kind of gloves you want to use with resin, but you should use gloves. You don't want to get this crap on your hands, you really don't. And a respirator. This one right here is, it's pink, but it doesn't matter what color it is, as long as it does the job. This right here is going to protect me.
It's going to protect me from inhaling all the chemicals.
That's what you want. You want to make sure you're protected from the chemicals. I've been doing this a long time, and I'm sure I've breathed it in quite a bit. But the more protection you can have, the better. The better the environment, the more airflow, all that kind of stuff will help. Also, when you're using this stuff, keep it clean if you can, because this stuff gets on your floor, on this, on that. It's not good. So what you want to do is, I just have a bubble wrap bag here, bubble wrap on here, and it is protecting my little work area here. Here's my gloves. Got my gloves on. Okay, now that I have my gloves on, we're going to take your hat, flip it around, and put on the respirator.
There we go. We're ready to mix resin. Okay, so here I am. I got my A and B, and I'm mixing them up in my cup. Don't mind the mess. It's so messy. But I'm mixing this up, mixing it up good. Bottom, it's getting to the bottom. Let's have a popsicle stick. It's mixed 1 to 1. And now we're going to pour it into our mold. still mixing while it goes in. There we go. So now the resin's in there. Now this is the fun part. This is where we have to kind of figure out a way to maneuver this so it doesn't all come out, right? You are going to lose some.
So this has been 2 coats of resin. We usually do 4 or 5 coats depending on the piece. You will lose resin all over the floor just because it is an open mold, so you really have to learn how to control the resin, but you're gonna lose resin on the floor. See, that's why we have more bubble wrap. That's a big pile of resin all over the floor. So 2 more coats, 3, then we're done. So now we've done 4 coats, and what I'm actually going to do now is do a brush up coat just around the rim of the piece to thicken up everything a little bit more. But it's looking good. Alright, here it is. It's all done. You can see like there's brush lines kind of in the mold. These brush strokes are from the filler I put in. Actually, the filler is called Urafil 11. You mix it in with your resin, and it's a smooth-on product. And you mix it in, and you can thicken up your resin, and you can brush it in, and you can, fix any spots that may be a little bit thin. I always like thickening up the edge, so that's what we did there. Now we're going to open her up and see how she looks. So this process here is, rather easy. You use a knife, you take your mold, and you cut your tape. Sometimes you use banding straps, whatever you want to use. But I just use tape there, and then we crack open this mold. It doesn't take much because it's rather easy to open up. There we go. So the shell is off. So now that we have it out of the jacket, super easy to take this off. All you're going to do is start to peel the silicone up. That's it. Just peel back the silicone and reveal your work. So I'll do this off camera, and then I will come back and show you the finished piece. Here's the bust. It is ready to be cleaned up, and if you actually take it out of the mold while it's still somewhat warm, the piece hasn't completely cured, 100%, it's still soft enough that you can kind of clean up the flashing around the edge and that fairly easily. If you leave it too long and it's really, really hard, then you're going to be in trouble. It's going to take you a lot to get this cleaned up. But for the most part, you can get it cleaned up pretty easily. Use an X-Acto blade, just be careful with that, and clean up all around the edges. Clean them all up, and he's good for painting. So he's done. Well, there's the finished cleaned up casting. We actually carved the eyes out so we can put acrylic eyes in. But there he is, all done. All casted in 325 resin. Looks good. Okay, well that's it. We're done. We've made a resin bust. So hopefully you learned something today. You can take something home with you. You can try these techniques out and apply it to whatever project you're doing. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you could like, subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And until next time, I'm out.